You noble diggers, all stand up now.
Welcome, comrade. Never forget the forms.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to my channel. Today we will be talking about Hegel. I said that we would be doing the philosophy of spirit and the philosophy of right. And I did some thinking, and we're not going to do the philosophy of spirit. A syllabus is a contract, and so I have violated the contract, but you have to know that a contract violation needs damages. And so by not forcing you to do extra readings, I haven't really violated the contract. Why we are skipping the philosophy of spirit is because I was going to do this cute thing where I showed you that the determinations on the soul show you the implications of the government. That once you have the established facts, that the logic follows. And so by showing you the philosophy of spirit, I was going to show you how he identifies the soul. And then by going through the philosophy of right, I can show you how that manifests. But having watched the Kojève episode, you should get it. You should get it. You know what I mean? The Hegel is not that hard to get. He's just hard to read. He is talking about absolute idealism. He's talking about a guaranteed truth of free will, of the atomized soul, of a soul that makes choices and is, held responsible by God. But why does he do that? And in the elements of the philosophy of right, we get the answer. And it is said in here that through social conventions, through social norms, through social rules, one gains the possibility of freedom. That only through interacting with these new rules do you gain the possibility of choices and therefore freedom. That because you are a soul dialectically, thesis, synthesis, antithesis, the dialectic, because you are so tied up in the material that the possibility for choice only arises within the expanse of the government. It's within the complexity of society. We're going to do some reading. We're in section 3, the state. The state is the actuality of the ethical idea. The ethical spirit is the substantial will, manifest and clear to itself, which thinks and knows itself and implements what it knows in so far as it knows it. It has its immediate existence in custom and its immediate existence in the self-consciousness of the individual, in the individual's knowledge and activity, just as self-consciousness, by virtue of its disposition, has its substantial freedom in the state as its essence, its end, and the product of its activity. The state is the actuality of the substantial will, an actuality which it possesses in the particular self-consciousness when this has been raised to its universality. As such, it is the rational in and for itself. This substantial unity is an absolute and unmoved end in itself, and in it freedom enters into its highest right, just as the ultimate end possesses the highest right in relation to individuals, die Einzelnen, whose highest duty is to be members of the state. Isn't that funny? Isn't that coincidental? That the people who are selling you pie in the sky, who say that the same people who built their heaven on earth are telling you that yours is in the sky, those same people are telling you now that freedom.
They said that God gave us this country. They said that we came to be free. They said that all people were welcome in this land of democracy. Bullshit, bullshit. It sounded like bullshit to me. Bullshit, bullshit. and bullshit it turned out to be.
Freedom is the responsibility to be a good, productive member of the state. That freedom is to be in relations with the state? What the fuck are we talking about here? What are we on, right? We are on German idealism. We are on Prussian hallucinations. The idea of the state. A, has immediate actuality and is the individual state as a self-related organism, the constitution or constitutional law. B, passes over into the relationship of the individual state to other states, international law. C, is the universal idea as a genus, Gattung, and as an absolute power in relation to individual states, the spirit which gives itself in actuality in the process of world history. Addition, G, the state as actual is essentially an individual state beyond that a particular state. Individuality should be distinguished from particularity. It is a moment within the very idea of the state, whereas particularity belongs to history, such as are independent of one another, and the relationship can consequently only be an external one. So that there must be a third factor above to link them together. This third factor is in fact the spirit which gives itself actuality in world history and is the absolute judge of states. Admittedly, several states may form a league and sit in judgment, as it were, on other states, or they may enter into alliances, like the Holy Alliance, for example, but these are always purely relative and limited, like the ideal of perpetual peace. Oh, isn't that funny? Peace is impossible, but freedom is only possible through your subservience to the state. Isn't that interesting? If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Free will? Doesn't exist. Marx won't accept that. Marx next week is going to, or next episode I should say, is going to flip Hegel on his head. The dialectic of the interplay between spirit and history, where spirit predominates and moves history, will be turned on its head, and spirit will be the passive, the passenger of history. And there may still be choices that are being made, but they are being made in the context and possibly determined, or determined to some extent, by the conditions. Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello, you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you. This channel has one mission: to prevent civilizational collapse associated with climate change, to prevent 100 million refugees by 2035, to stop 7 billion from starving to death by 2075. And we will do this through one main vehicle. We mean to unite the Anglosphere. We will do this by convincing the Commonwealth of His Majesty King Charles III to apply for statehood as one. And then with this new power, we will be able to negotiate in good faith with the rest of the world on how to tackle this crisis. Thank you and enjoy.